So Kevin, another quick question. So after the dust settles from this bowl season, who do you see as a likely breakout team to look for next year?
Well, one of the teams I see that I feel is going to be strong next year that's been really building this year, honestly, is the UCF Knights.
Oh wow!
I don't see that program relaxing at all. I mean, I see them getting stronger. I see recruitment getting better, continuing. I see the offense continuing to move forward. I mean, it hurt to lose Mackenzie Milton to injury this year. And I think that was part of the committee's evaluation of UCF. I truly believe, and I did hear it mentioned that, when Mackenzie Milton went down, the committee felt as though the ability of UCF, as far as how dangerous they were, especially on offense, suffered a blow because he went down. And that went into the evaluation when you look at that team and their ability to be able to beat a Power 5 opponent. Playing with Mackenzie Milton and playing without Mackenzie Milton, UCF is a totally different team. And you could see that when he came back from his first injury a little bit earlier in the season. So I think that factored into playing for UCF. But I think that the time that the backup quarterback came in and started playing, this really helped him get ahead for his role next year as the starter, and I think he'll be ready to go at the beginning of the season.
Okay, so let me just frame that really quick. The breakout team. So what happens is, as players get older, matriculating through their 4 or 5 years of school, 4 years of eligibility, 5 years, including the red shirt, it's difficult for a team to win, except for the stacked teams, when your core players, your starters, are sophomores.
Okay.
Right? But if you do have a successful season with young players, that's a team that's going to blow up the next year, especially with the additional time given for bowl game practice. What Kevin is saying is that team is UCF. So not only have they been undefeated now for 2 seasons, but they're about to take another huge step forward because they're going to be returning a significant amount of players who are young and who are getting major experience right now. Is that fair, Kevin?
Absolutely.
But is their strength of schedule going to change for next year to kind of catapult them into the conversation? That's the question.
It's going to be hard to not start them out at top 15, top 10.
Depending
right.
if they on this bowl game.
Right.
Yeah. Go ahead, Kevin.
No, I was going to say every year. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I was telling you to go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh, no, I was saying, and every year they keep moving up, from the first AP 25. The first year, before the first undefeated season, they were unranked. They showed up. At the end of the year, they ended up somewhere around the 17, maybe around the 17, 18 ranking. And then this year.
Are you still there?
They started out around that same ranking. But now, at the end of the season, they ended up ranked around number 8. So next year, they're going to have to bring them up at the preseason 25 to where around somewhere close to where they are now, which is around 8 or 9 or even possibly 7 range. So they've gained 10 spots due to their performance every year. And if they start off at 8 or 9 next year, You won't be able to keep them
Right.
out if they go undefeated.
You won't, because
they're too close.
Right.
Okay.
As teams lose that one game that they may lose,
Right.
that second game that they may lose, and they're not losing, they're going to start etching up into that top 5 just off of attrition.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you one other quick thing. I don't know if you all saw this, but the SEC commissioner and UCF had words over the weekend. And the SEC commissioner basically said, if you don't like the system, then do something about it, meaning schedule somebody. Schedule some quality competition. And UCF president came back and said, we try to, and nobody wants to play them.
Wow, I wouldn't play them. What am I playing them for?
So-
Why would I play them?
No reason. No reason. So
I know that schedules are in college football are made years in advance, but one thing that you can do, and this I've seen this happen even as recent as last year. Top teams have canceled non-conference games, paid out the team that they had contracted to play to go and schedule another game with another team that they wanted to play, or either a team that was positioned in a higher rank in order to have that tougher strength of schedule. I think UCF, that would be worth the investment.
So let me frame that. So what you're saying is, say, let's just pick a random one. Week 3 of the season, I'm going to schedule Sisters of the Poor, West Tech Institute.
Sisters of the Poor.
Sisters of the Poor, Western Tech Institute. All right. They're not good. So you know.
Obviously.
All right.
Yeah. They're poor.
And I'm also going to schedule. So while I have that on my schedule, I'm going to then go and try to get a Power 5 team for that same slot. If I get the Power 5 team, I'm going to drop Sweet Sisters of the Poor, Western Tech Institute State.
Correct.
And then pay
that's
them.
what they would need to do.
Okay.
They would have to pay them. So what
It's
they
worth
do is they buy them out of that game. And once they buy them out of that game, they are clear and available to schedule someone who may be in the top 10, someone who may be in the top 25, a Power 5 opponent that would be willing to play them in that contest.
Okay.
Real interesting stuff.
Yep.
So we have a couple other really good
But you know
playoff.
what? We're actually out of time.
Are we out of time?
Here's what we're going to do, Kev. We out of time. We have a couple more weeks before the playoff starts. So if you could come back next week for us to preview the playoff and also then go in depth on the New Year's Day bowl games, that would be awesome. Can you do that?
Absolutely.
All right. So that's going to be our plan.
Sounds good to me.
All right. Kev, I appreciate the time,
All
man.
right.
Thanks again.
All right. Anytime, guys.
Thanks, Kevin.
All right.